to the Scam Slam channel. I'm here to bring you content from both shady and some not so shady individuals on TikTok. Ever scrolled through your For You page and come across a sketchy scam or a questionable character? Well, you're not alone, and that's where I come in. On this channel, I'll be diving deep into the world of TikTok to expose scams, scammers, and problematic content to steer clear of. From beggars, scammers, fakers, liars, abusers, and awareness creators that you watch, I'll be here to share it all. I'll be doing it all through showing live streams and adding in comments where appropriate. Be sure to look out for those red flags. So if you want to stay informed on what's really going on in the world of TikTok, then hit that subscribe button and join me on this wild ride. Let's expose the truth together, and reminder, don't send money to anyone on TikTok.
I did comment on it, and I said what I said. I said I would never stalk it. That the whole thing is fucking ridiculous. But here's the thing, if anybody did get in here or whatever, here's what I'm gonna say. I don't care. I don't care. Here's the big thing that you seem to don't quite grasp. Okay? I know that you're trying to deter me from doing this, or whatnot, or trying to stop the DNA test from even happening, or whatever you think you're going to do. It's not going to work. I want to make myself abundantly clear. No matter what, I'm going over there to do it. Okay? That does not mean I'm going to have any contact with any of the family. What a concept. Mind-blowing, huh? It also doesn't mean I have to have any contact with the family after the test comes back either. If it proves I am Catrice. I never once did I ever say I am 100% positive I am Catrice Lee. Not one time did that come out of my motherfucking mouth. I said I am, I have reasons to believe I am 90% sure, 95%, whatever. That does not make it 100%. That does not mean I am. I never said 100% I was. You look fucking dumb. I'm taking the evidence that I've gathered for all this time with me. Whoever is doing this lacks common sense and intelligence. Do you think you run your mouth to somebody takes away physical evidence? Do you think that takes away physical evidence? You think running your mouth to somebody about someone, are you serious? You really think that I go over there and do the DNA test, right? You want to tell somebody I'm crazy and everything else, right? Here's the thing. Do you think what you said is going to amount to a load of shit? If it comes back that I am, and the fact that I'm not reaching out, I never have, and I made it very clear that I found out about Catrice Lee back in May, April or May of last year. Long before I ever said anything on here. Long before I ever said anything on here. And I never reached out to the family. I eventually joined the support page. Never commented on it till today. I don't care. I don't know if it's because of what I posted and that on that one thing about Catrice Lee that I have reasons to believe. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. I'm not like that. I don't know if that was it, and they still wholeheartedly believe it was a man. It's like, she was 5'8" to 5'10". Why? Because I'm trying to figure out why they believe wholeheartedly it was a man and not a woman. They don't realize that women can be 5'8" to 5'10", with short hair, really, bigger. She's never been thin or dainty or anything. Shit. Excuse me. Matter of fact, I'm wondering if she was born male. If you think about it. 5'8" to 5'10", and the build she had. I don't know. Or intersex, one of the two. It has to be one of the two. Either she was born intersex, they did surgery, or she, you know. But to judge someone this is another reason, like, I'm not, like, it's like any female anyone that comes forward who might actually be Catrice. This is what happens. Instead of asking questions or anything, getting to the bottom of it, you just want to, I guess, just run with it and not ask any details, not get any really information, not any evidence, for the fact that I've been collecting evidence all this motherfucking time. So, like, it's fucking utterly disgusting that, like, for people, anybody, to talk like that about anybody else. But here's the thing. No matter what my real name is, my real identity, it doesn't change who the fuck I am as a human being. It does not change who I am as a human being. A name is a name. You can call yourself whatever the fuck you want. You can go by whatever your name. I mean, look at me. I've lived as somebody else the majority of my life, right? It doesn't change who I am as a human being. I'm me regardless of whatever the fuck my name is. Because at this point, I'm tempted just to go over and do the DNA test and then come back until the results come in and then decide. Yeah. Because I could go do the test and I could stay there a couple days and then come back and enjoy some time there, right? It doesn't mean I have to stay there. It doesn't mean I have to wait around for the results. It also doesn't mean I have to have anything to do with anybody I don't want to have anything to do with either. Nor do they have to have anything to do with me. I'm not like everybody else. I don't know what people don't seem to comprehend, why people don't understand that. I made myself abundantly clear. I would never reach out to or message anybody at all having to do with that. Because it's disrespectful and distasteful and it's wrong. I've said this entire time I wanted to do it the proper way. And I plan on it. Not once did I was ever going to reach out. But I hope she reads those comments and eventually she will see that, no, she's not going to hear from me. I never planned on reaching out, and, you can reach out to me if you'd like, and I'm willing to send you some pictures, and you can decide for yourself. But I'm not going to reach out to you. Life's too short. I'm not gonna if people don't want to be a part of my life, there's the motherfucking door. Somebody tagged me. Yeah, somebody tagged me in that on that article, and that's the only reason I commented on it was because that's the only reason I did it was because they tagged me in it. And then but hey, Good deal. Yeah. People don't seem to comprehend the fact that I don't, like, I'm used to being alone. I don't need family. I don't need anybody. I need Terry. I need Frankie, but wait, that's a whole different situation. Um, you know what I mean. I don't have to have, like, if people don't want to be a part of my life, cool, there's the door. You don't need to be a part of my life. That's what I don't think she understands, but hey. I don't, like, shocking, I know. Being recorded. Good. Then hopefully, it'll get around. Let me make myself a little here since I don't know how long I've been being recorded. I know what was posted about me on what Natasha posted and everything. I already know. I read it. I commented on the post. I also replied to her comment on the post that I commented on because I was tagged in that post onto Book of the Face. Now, I'm going to make myself abundantly clear. Whatever my real name is, it doesn't matter. That doesn't change who I am as a human being. I'm always going to be who I am no matter what my name is. Okay? Let's get that out of the way. Number 2, I'm going to go do the DNA test. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to talk to the proper authorities that I need to speak to. I am going to do that DNA test. However, that does not mean I'm going to stay over there and wait for the results. It does not mean I'm going to have any contact with the family whatsoever. Even after the DNA tests come back, it depends on whatever happens. Everything happens the way it's meant to. But for anyone to think for 1 second that I would ever reach out to the family, contact the family, harass for any bullshit like that without knowing me or anything, without getting any information, without asking questions, and people are so sure the suspect was a man, couldn't have been a 5'8" to 5'10" woman that was built like a linebacker, could it? No, not at all. Sue was 5'8" to 5'10", built like a linebacker. No, there's a possible way that could be possible, huh? And I made it very clear I'm not going to be commenting again. And no police are needed because, number 1, I'm in school for criminal justice. I would never waste my time on this if it wasn't true. I don't know if I am. Oh, she believes that she's Katrina. No. I said there's a possibility that I might be. I have reasons to believe. Reasons to believe and actually believing you're someone are 2 different things if people don't understand that. Reasons to believe is you have, like, the same birthmarks, you're both been kidnapped, you don't know who you are, this child is still missing, you looked at the age progression, there's a lot of reasons to believe you might be someone. Actually believing you're someone, that's a whole different situation, a whole different story. Meaning a whole different definition of the word. Life is too short to have people in my life that don't want to be in my life, or fight to have people in my life that don't want to be in my life. At first, after reading it and I commented, I was debating on, I was thinking, actually considering canceling my ticket and sending the money back that had been donated. Then I thought about it, that's probably what they're wanting, so no, I'm doing it. I mean, I don't know, like, the everything happens exactly the way it's meant to. I said from the beginning I was going to find out and prove who I really am no matter what, right? If it turns out I'm not Catrice, well, then I keep moving forward and keep trying to find out who I really am. But if I am Catrice, then that's a different situation, isn't it? Well, Catrice's sister knows about me. Someone had tagged me in an article on the book on the Facebook, Catrice Lee, and that's, I don't know, I decided to comment on it. I said, I have reasons to believe I may. I'm not positive, I'm not sure. And I said that the biological mom that I grew up with, knowing, looks just like the suspect and everything. Now, here's the problem. They are so sure that the suspect was a man. Sue was 5'8" to 5'10", built like a linebacker, with short hair. You're telling me a female with short hair who is 5'8" to 5'10", built like a linebacker, couldn't disguise themselves as a man? So, yeah, evidently, she commented, go to Operation Butte, and somebody commented she did, da-da-da. And then she said, evidently it doesn't, just whatever, it doesn't match. Besides, the suspect was a man. And so I commented on it, and then I read what she had posted. Everybody beware, we have another one, something along the lines of someone else who believes she has it, and somehow get the police involved. It's like, okay. So I commented what I commented. It's like, y'all need to try and understand. I said, I don't know who I am. I remember the day I was thinking, it doesn't mean, like, I'm trying to find out who I am. That was today. That was today. It's the first time I've gone live today. So, people will believe whatever they want to believe. I'm not gonna fucking fight to try and convince people of anything anymore. I don't care. I don't care to convince anybody of anything. You're gonna believe what the fuck you're gonna believe, you know? But I'm not gonna fucking, like, I'm gonna go do the DNA test, regardless. I'm taking my evidence with me. You know, physical evidence outweighs what people, word of mouth, when you talk about someone. You do know that, right? When you talk bad shit about someone, to someone that doesn't even know who they are, but there's reason to believe that that person might be their sister, and yeah. The thing is, she doesn't have TikTok, never saw my lives as far as I know, and but she knew I was on TikTok, and said my name and everything. So yeah, I commented on it from my verified account and everything. Like, for people to try and think that you want to run my name through the mud, you want to say that I'm crazy, this, that, the other, you need to stop and think for a second. The people that I actually have associations with, who would never associate with me if I was anything you said I was. Guaranteed. When I was getting into the entertainment business, which is still on hiatus, the company I associate with would have never had me part of it if I was any of the things that have been said about me. None. Because that company is the company you want to be a part of. If you're going to be in the business, that's the company to be a part of, you know? But hey. And the funny thing is, the last time I talked to her, she's telling me I need to learn how to do like not production, but writing, screenwriting or whatever. Write my own movie. But yeah, she was serious. She's like, nothing will surprise me, and yet it didn't surprise her. None of it did. So you do like I'm not sure. It's not gonna speed anything up. She told people to be careful. There's another basically another one that's whatever. Don't answer any DMs. Evidently, these people think that I'm gonna reach out and message all of them and harass them and everything else. And she's talking like she has to get the cops involved. It's like, I've known about Catrice Lee since April or May of last year. Trying to find out who I am. Why, after all this time, would I No, I've never reached out to the family. Never asked them, never messaged any of them. I'm doing it through law enforcement, the proper procedures. I've talked to agencies, things like that. I would never reach out to any, like, it's completely absurd. So go ahead and get the police involved. And what? For harassment. You know? It's absolutely fucking absurd. But, like, if I was any of the things that have been said about me, the people that I do associate with or have associated with or whatever have nothing to do with me. Trust me. Hello. They should call me a whack job or something like that. It's like, you want to find your sister, but every time someone comes forward that has reason to believe that they're your sister, or even it might be your sister because they don't know who they are, you're calling them crazy. Yes. We're in a blizzard. I ordered McDonald's with my credits and it ain't a coming. It's not a coming. It's not coming. Like, it's not coming. I might as well just cancel it. Now they preparing your order, arriving by 10:20. Yeah, no. This is crazy to me. Almost an hour later, you know. Yeah, I know, and of course, and I feel awful for what they've gone through in that, and whether it turns out I'm Patrice or whatnot. If I'm not, I hope I can't. I'm getting irritated. I'm overwhelmed. Irritated about. I'm just fed the fuck up of everything. I understand, you know, and the thing is, and that's why, because they've been through so much, and so many people have come forward and everything, and I get that, trust and believe I do. But they need to understand, too, the ones that are coming forward, it's because we don't know who we are, and we were kidnapped, and we're around the same age, and I understand she wants to find her sister and everything, and she doesn't want to believe. It's like she wants to find her sister, but she doesn't want to believe it because she's afraid that she'll be let down. She's afraid it's not going to be real. She's afraid it's another nut job, I guess. Hopefully, me not reaching out, commenting nothing anymore, and I've said this, I only commented one time on that page at all, and that was tonight. And then the other comments I left when I was tagged in the thing. I felt that I had to because my name was on there. What the fuck am I going to do? You know, so that's why I commented on there. But I'm not reaching out. I'm not going to nothing anymore. Except do what I need to do. I will go over what I go over. I will do the DNA test. Am I going to stay there and wait for the results? I don't know. Am I going to reach out to the family or anything while I'm over there? Absolutely not. Am I going to reach out to anybody that's on that page? Absolutely not. That's absurd. And I understand people do that. It's completely nuts to me. And I'm hoping I hope she reads the comments and she understands. But maybe she won't at first, but maybe after realizing that I'm not reaching out or commenting or anything, then she'll realize it. And then when they're notified that I'm there and I've done a DNA test or something, then then. But I'm not, other than that, I'm not having any contact. Like, that's absolutely fucking absurd to, like, but on the other hand, I understand because of everything they've been through, It's frustrating for them, and it's frustrating for me. They want to find her Catrice so bad, but they're afraid of being hurt, and they're afraid that they're going to be let down again. Let me look. Okay. Go back. What was it? Let me find it up. My thing. See previous notifications. Come on. Okay, here we go. Reactions. Da-da-da. It's been a couple days, I think. It's been that long. What the fuck? No, that ain't it. I'm looking. How the fuck is it going? Why is it gone? This is weird. Because now it's not here. But someone tagged me in it. It's the only reason I commented on it. Because somebody... Because someone liked the comment. So let me go to my thing. It's so fucking weird. Casey Powell. It was Casey Powell. Yeah, I was looking at it, then I forgot Natasha. Yeah. It was Casey Powell that tagged me in it. And that is gone. Whoever Casey Powell is the one that tagged me. I have no idea who it was. I don't know who this person is, but they tagged me. CASEYPOWELL. Casey Powell. So, I don't know who Casey Powell is, but I think I better screenshot that. Something tells me I need to screenshot this. Oh, Lord have mercy. So, you know. This is crazy. So, I'm very interested. Yeah, it was 3 days ago, I think, because I commented on it, and yeah, it was about 3 days ago, probably. Still says McDonald's is preparing your order. Fuck this shit. Help. I need somebody help. I just need anybody. Fucking crazy. Of course, I can't be too mad. I mean, the weather and everything, you know. Everything's closing now, so. So, yeah. It was an article about Catrice Lee on the Book of the Face that I was tagged in. I commented on it, and like I said, when someone says they have reason to believe that there's someone else, that does not mean that they believe wholeheartedly. There's reasons to believe, you know. It's crazy to me. And so, yeah, Catrice's sister knows about me, and she made everybody on the support page aware, and so I commented on it. I mean, I don't know. I'm going over there. I'm going to talk to the authorities. I'm going to do the DNA test. What I am not going to do is reach out to anybody, like the family or anything else. I'm not sure why. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm getting. People are stupid. And you know, their mindset is, it was a man that took her. It was a man that took her. No. It could have been a woman that was 5'8" to 5'10", built like a linebacker, too. Then again, you know. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't matter anymore. Hey. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm going to go over, I'm going to do the DNA test. I don't even know if I'll stay over there till the results come back. So, I'll probably just come back here. I'll tell them I'm just here to do the DNA test to find out if I am her or not so I can move forward. And if I'm not, I can find out who I really am, hopefully. Can we do this DNA test? Here's the evidence. Let's do it, get it over with, and then I'll be here for a couple days, and then you can contact me at my home in the U.S. Then again, they probably won't let me leave till it comes back, you know, because it comes back and it says I am, then, oh no, I gotta talk to them and request to talk to them when I get there. It's not gonna be anything before I get there. I'm gonna request to speak to whoever I need to speak to, and I know who I need to speak to. I'm gonna request to see them, you know, speak to the person, to the people, as soon as I get to the airport over there. I'm not gonna play around. You know, what I'll do is I'll probably get a room or something for a week if I do that long. But if I do, it'll give me time to, you know, sightseeing or whatever the fuck. And meet up with a very dear friend that lives over there. And, you know, and then come back here, wait for the results. Or whatever happens, right? You know? So, because you want to be bad because, like, I don't know anymore. No, I don't think I can. Whenever I do the DNA test when I'm over there. But, I'm gonna, you know, do what I gotta do and then probably come back here and wait for the results and then go from there. Unless they stop me from leaving there until the results are back. I don't think they can do that, can they? And then again, they could. But playing it by ear. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah. Whatever happens, happens. At least they'll know what happened if it comes back that I am. And they'll know where I am. So they can decide then if they want anything to do with me or not. But I'm not going to fight to have people in my life that don't want to be a part of my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I said I'm going to do it for like a week. And after that week, if they want me to stay longer, they're going to put me somewhere because I'm not going to pay to stay there. I'm going to set the money aside for a ticket to come back, just, or whatnot. But, because when I got my ticket, it was a one-way because I had no idea, what was going to happen when I was going to come back, and I sure shit didn't expect this, but, everything happens the way it's meant to. So. I think I'm getting sick from the cold. Oh, my finger itches like crazy. I heard that song again. I've been hearing it since late last night. Get ready, 'cause here I come all the way. All the way. I don't know. It's weird. Nope. Been canceled. And I know why. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why. And I'm cool with that. It'll happen when it's meant to. Oh, I revealed something to them stupidly about my past, about the files and me, and when they found that out, things kind of changed. To find out if I'm Catrice Lee or not. But see, the sister, who now knows about me, beware. There's someone who's claiming she's Catrice. Yada yada yada. On TikTok, Heather McCord. I'm gonna have to get the police involved. Don't answer any DM. Don't answer any messages from her. I'm a grown-ass woman. Don't play games, and that's just insane. And I get that they've had problems with people before, but get ready, 'cause here I come all the way. But I hear Frankie singing it. It's fucking weird. And I started hearing it because I know he's now, it goes, get ready, 'cause here I come all the way. Get ready, 'cause here I come all the way. Yeah. But Frankie performs it too on his shows when he when he performs. So that's what I started hearing night before last. And then yesterday I found out he's down home at his mom's. And then late last night I started hearing it again. That mixed with for the rest of my life. And it's kind of, when you have two songs going in your head at the same time, it's been overwhelming. So, yeah. People don't seem to quite understand. And, Natasha, Catrice's sister, obviously doesn't know me from Adam, just knows that, is under the impression that that I'm claiming to be Catrice. No. There's a difference between claiming to be someone and believing there's reasons that you might be that person. But hey, what's that's like what sticks and stones, who know, whatever, right? That's just minimal shit, whatever. Um, what people that don't know me don't understand is, I'm not the type that's going to reach out to anybody in a new family or anything like that. To if I'm wondering if I'm there missing, if I'm the missing family member or not. I'm going about it the proper way, the proper procedures for this thing. And that's what I've been doing. And what gets me is, I actually put in the comment that I've known about Catrice since, like, April or May of last year. I stay silent on the page. I don't do it. I reach out to the officials I need to reach out to. I do what I need to do. I gather evidence and that kind of thing till the time comes. I'm not one that's going to reach out to anybody that does not have anything to do with law enforcement or anything like that to find out about it, get a DNA test done or whatever. I'm going to be talking to the people that need to be talked to or requesting to speak to the proper authorities. Because I mean, to even think that. But then again, look at everything they've gone through, and I understand that. But it is frustrating and hard because everything I've already had to deal with, and now I gotta, okay, great. So now, I'm just gonna go do the DNA test and stay there maybe a week. Hopefully it comes back before I leave, and if it doesn't, they'll know where to reach me. Maybe I'll stay for 2 weeks. Because I can. But, I'm not. It's crazy to me. What about Stevie Nicks? What about Stevie Nicks? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I feel my life around you. The time makes you older, children get older, I'm getting older too. Oh, take it slow, take it down. No, what I was talking about was the song, the Get Ready Here. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Oh, yeah, those are the songs that have been going through my head. Was Frankie singing Get Ready, 'cause here I come, I'm on my way. And then, for the rest and then the song for the rest of my life was at the same fucking time. I love the songs. I love the singing. But it's kind of weird hearing them at the same time. I don't know what it means, but I started hearing the Get Ready, 'Cause Here I Come night before last. And then yesterday I found out he's here in Staten Island. He's actually teaching. I hope he made it home. I hope he made it back to his mom's okay, because it's, when I say it's bad, they closed down the streets. No one's allowed to drive unless it's like an emergency or something like that. Because the streets are so bad. And I do think I'm getting sick. I do think I'm getting sick now because listen to me. And I'm starting to, Either that or my body's just... Are you in New York too? But yeah, I'm not... Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't know how much snowing out. I'm trying not to look out the window because I'm going to be bad. I'm ready for summer. Or spring. Shit. I'm done with the fucking winter. Tired of it. But anyways, so yeah, even when I do go, I'm not gonna. I mean, that's absurd for anyone to do that kind of thing. Reach out to the family. That's completely absurd to me. To harass them with that, hey, I'm so and so. No, that's nuts. Shit. Also, another thing, what some people don't realize is, if this were not true, if I wasn't a missing person, if I really wasn't kidnapped in that, I wouldn't be dealing with the shit I'm dealing with. I wouldn't be talking about it. I would be talking about good shit. School, saying all the time, happy-go-lucky, live my life to the fullest. But my best life. I didn't ask for any of this shit. I didn't. That's what people don't seem to understand or get, that I didn't ask for this shit. I never did, and I don't, usually it would be just for me to just say, fuck this shit, I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah. I was kidnapped when I was a kid and trafficked and all that shit. And you name it, I've been called it. You name it, it's been said about me. I get recorded, live streamed. I mean, it's the past 3 years, it keeps getting worse and worse. And now the sister of Catrice Lee knows about me, and it's like, I'm not even sure. Like, it would be so easy for me just to let it go and give it up and just live my life. Because fuck, it would be the fucking easiest thing fucking ever. I'll tell you what. But Jesus Christ, I'm the type that always has to get to the bottom of things and shit like that. And I'm tired of it. I haven't been able to get help from any agency, nothing. Please, FBI. I have phone recordings. Catrice Lee. Catrice Lee is a little girl that went missing on November 28th, 1981 from West Germany from a NAFI. Her father was in the Royal British Army, and they were stationed over there. It was her second birthday. I don't know for sure if I am her or not. I have a birthmark in the same area. Looks like she has a mole like I do. The same spot. I have a club thumb. There's a lot of reasons for me to believe I may be her. Not once did I say that I am her for a fact. I never said that, nor would I. You can't tell you're someone for a fact unless there's DNA evidence, no matter how many similarities. Would I ever reach out to the family and say anything to them if I don't have the DNA test result? No. Absolutely not. It's so I'm still gonna go over there and take the evidence, and I'm gonna talk to the proper people I need to talk to, and hopefully, get the DNA test done and stay there for a week or two, and then go from there. I have to go over to the UK, because then they'll see that I am legit, and this is not a joke, and I'm not crazy when I'm not reaching out to them. And then when they hear about me doing the DNA test, then that's different. So, I gotta have the money for when I'm over there and everything else, and I was planning on staying over there till the results came back, or a month or two or whatever, but as of right now, it's probably gonna be a week or two, and then come home. Because they've been through so much already. That's why. I don't want to cause them any more pain that they're already in, that they've already experienced. They've had hundreds of them, over 100 people come forward claiming to be Catrice. I have not once claimed that I am 100% sure I'm No, I never said that. I have reasons to believe I am. But no, I would never reach out to the family because it's inappropriate. There's procedures to go through. I'm doing it the right. I'm trying to do it the right way. I've called FBI, I've recorded conversations between myself and FBI, myself administering and exploding children's unit, myself and fucking police. Nobody will help me here. They're all involved. The suspect who took Catrice Lee looks just like the woman I knew as my biological mother. I didn't know I was kidnapped even kidnapped until October 2024, and then someone I've known for 20 years who's in that cult confirmed it. The person I called great-grandma growing up, they called her grandmother Hayden. So tell me, why do you think I can't get help? They protect them. Everything I've said has been proven, and I've proven many, many times. Even the memories I have that I've talked about, over the past year and a half, 2 years, are actually listed in those files, I guess. And it's like, Jesus Christ. No. I've asked them to send my DNA over there to have it tested. Oh, you gotta go through FBI. Oh, you gotta go through police. I've had an operator 13 from Newark, New Jersey, when I called to talk to somebody, requested to talk to somebody. She fucking laughed at me when she found out my name. They know. The only way I'm gonna get any help or be able to do anything is I have to go over there, and then when I get over there, say, I need to talk to these people. And here's the evidence. I've known about Catrice Lee long before I ever said anything about her. That's what people don't know or don't understand. After the DNA test came back about me not being Tanya, I kept looking, obviously. Y'all knew that. But I found out about Catrice Lee a couple days after the DNA test results. And I've been doing investigating and everything else. And when they're giving me roadblocks and everything else, they had no problem, cooperating, helping me or whatever when it came to the Tatum Michelle Williams thing. But now all of a sudden, Catrice Lee, nope, gotta talk to this person. No, you gotta talk to them. It's like, okay. But you guys are supposed to be, you reunite, you helped the missing and exploited, right? Okay. So why is it I can't get any help from anyone, and I've recorded conversations for that reason? And now her sister thinks that I'm going to reach out and harass everybody, and she's gonna have to get the cops involved. Jesus Christ. And I understand it's happened before, but I'm not like that, and I would never do that. Like I said, it'd be so much easier just to pretend this never happened. And just move forward. Hey, bad nightmare. It's too late for that. Yes. And people I grew up knowing as my aunt and uncle, Carol and Bob, lived over there at that time because he was in the Army, in the U.S. Army. So they were stationed over there at the time, and on November 28th, 1981, was 2 days after Thanksgiving. So it's very plausible that the family went over there to spend Thanksgiving with Carol and Bob. And the reason they would believe it's Amanda is because Sue was between 5'8" and 5'10" and built like a linebacker. You know. I am all congested. Fucking my head hurts from it. But I'm like, just fed the fuck up with it would be so easy. Just like, fuck this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm moving up. I'm done. I'm done. I'm just gonna move forward. But if I did that, I wouldn't be me. You know? You know what's funny? I have no problem. You asking me questions, I'm answering them. What's funny is this help me Rhonda person. After I'm answering questions and you ask that, now she's like, the person said they asked to friend you, and it's because they're going to run their mouth about me. Right? Isn't that right? That's what you do, right? Let me remind you, I said a long time ago, everyone that was involved, anyone that is fake or whatever, would expose themselves. Uh-huh. Yet, you've never said a fucking thing on here, and the first thing you say is, after reading what she put and what I'm talking about, you asked her, yeah, okay. I don't know either, but they asked to friend you because I'm sure they're going to run their mouth about me of things they have no idea of. Rhonda, I'm going to tell you, or whoever you are, I don't care at this point. You should know that by now. You've been on here long enough, right? So you should just move on. Because you like to talk, and that, yeah, no. So here we are. Bye, bye, bye. Let me make this abundantly clear. I don't care anymore. I think I'm at the point where I've had a fucking enough. And I just don't care anymore. Say what the fuck you want. Do what the fuck you want. Post what the fuck you want. You want to record me and post it? Fucking do it. I don't give a fuck. I don't. You want to talk shit about me? I don't care. You want to run your mouth about me? I don't care. You want to say the most derogatory things about me that are fucking lies? I don't fucking care. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I don't. You can't hurt me more than I've already been fucking hurt. I don't fucking care. And the thing is, I'm not going to beg for anyone to be a part of my life or part of my journey or anything. You know where the fucking scroll on move? I don't give a fuck. I don't. Life's too short for me to give a fuck about this shit. I have much more important things to worry about than what people say they can do of me. I don't give a fuck any longer. Hey, I just don't. Uh, it's a very okay. Remember, I said the woman I grew up knowing was as my great grandmother. They called her grandmother Hayden, right? I want to ask you something. Pop quiz. Who controls the world? Who controls 17 countries and is scared of no one? And everybody is terrified of this particular group. Any ideas? I'll give you a hint. They're a cult. Elites, doctors, lawyers, you name it. Masons, Eastern Star, Knights of the Templar, Scottish Rites. Any idea? Yeah. Altarian was the leader of the Illuminati back then. Now do you understand why I can't get help? That's why. Because I'm pretty sure the leader is always part of that family. I'm pretty sure it's Linda, actually, at this point. Could be wrong, but something tells me I'm not. Then again, I could be wrong, who knows? But I'm pretty positive the leader is always in that family. It's going to be a descendant of John and Priscilla Alden. And because it was Alta, right? And surviving everything I did, them trying to sacrifice me and all that shit, and it failing and everything, of course I was kept in the leader's family, right? Isn't it interesting that that they didn't keep me with Sue till they only kept me with her till what, 1989, and then moved me in with Linda. Rugged me, poisoned me, and everybody says does everything Linda tells them to. See, I'm used to not having anyone. I'm used to having a family that treated me like shit, and it was abusive and trafficked me and everything else. A lot of other shit. The things I don't remember. Well, I'm sure I'll eventually remember because I'm starting to remember everything. Hello. But, one thing people need to realize is if you don't want to be a part of my life, there's the fucking door. You know? I'm not going to beg anyone to stay in my life. I'm not going to beg anyone to be a part of my life. Ever. But that includes whoever my real family is. Once the DNA test is done, if it comes back that happens that I am Catrice Lee, go from there. If they don't want anything to do with me, fine. At least they know I'm alive and well. Right? For the most part. Yeah, I got that. the autoimmune disease and shit. So for the most part, right? But I'm alive and I'm better than I ever have been, right? Or if they decide they don't want to be a part of my life, that's cool too. I'm not going to force anyone to be a part of my life. Ever. I used to try so hard to get people to want to be a part of my life. Or even spend time with me and shit. Now, I'm done with all that. I'm done with all that. As much as I would love to know who my real family is and and have a relationship with them, and that it's about just like my daughters. It's just I'm at that point where you either want to be a part of my life or you don't. And right now with my real family, whoever they are, gotta figure out who I really am first, right? So I just keep moving forward, and when the time comes, I'm gonna talk to who I need to talk to, like I said, and stay maybe for a week or two, and and then move on. And come home and say, you know where to find me when you get the results back. Well, like I said, it would be so much easier for me just to drop all of it and just go with the fucking identity I was given and just move forward. These past 3 years, I thought, once I got free and once I was out of there and away from them, my life, started getting better at that, and then finding, you never, it's not every day you find out you were kidnapped and trafficked and everything, and then you deal with all that, and then everything else. And then you deal with the memories, you start remembering it. You talk about it on here and everything, like I said. And then you find out after all this time how your memories are in the files and shit. And all you want to do is find out who you really are and who your real family is, and hopefully reunite with them. Well, like I said, not now, or would I ever. I packed up my car in the middle of the night. I wasn't even allowed to get my driver's license until 2017, October 2017. It's Halloween when I got my driver's license the very first time. And that's also the year she stopped making me take all those medications. Probably the year the trafficking stopped. I guess when you get to a certain age, right? They will do that, thankfully. But when you're so over-medicated and everything else, and then your brain has a way of protecting you from certain things that you will not remember until later on in life, and I wish I would not remember, I didn't even know I was kidnapped or anything until 2024. I just have bits and pieces of memories. And when I found out about Patrice Lee, it was in April or May of last year, like I said. November 17th. And that's not the spelling of her name. Abby is that's not how you spell. That's not how I spelled it. Maybe she spells it that way. I don't know. But she wouldn't go by the last name McCord. I don't think. Somebody by the name of Heather Enderton came on my live and said, "Oh my God, your long lost sister named Tate, you were kidnapped," and that's how it started. And that was October 28th of 2024. After a lot of gaslighting, and I have taken so many screenshots and everything of so much evidence of what's been going on. She pretended to be my own mom. She even wanted me to sign an NDA and everything. It was bad, but that's how I found out, and I actually then talking to someone I've known for 20 years who's part of said cult, which I didn't know about. And he didn't know that what had happened was, okay, so this dude I've known for about 20 years, he was like a brother to my ex, Terry. Which, all my reasons, come to find out, all my relationships were most likely set up to. So, This dude was like a brother to Terry. And, I happened to call him. May Terry rest in peace. But I happened to call him, and we were talking, and I said, I was telling him how that I was told I was kidnapped and that. But I didn't tell him that part at first. I was telling him about the family being in Masons and Eastern Star and that. He's like, oh my God, no way, I'm a 33rd degree Mason. And I knew as soon as he said it. And then I said, Graham, and Mother Hannah. He was all excited. And then I told him that they had kidnapped me. He let me know later on. He called me on a Google number that, yeah, I was kidnapped and I was trafficked, but he didn't know who I was. But yeah. And then someone else who's entwined with that cult confirmed that yeah, I was kidnapped, and yeah, and I've talked about what the tunnels look like. I've talked about many things. The cages. I've talked about everything ever. Most of what I remember, which isn't much, but I've talked about it, and evidently what I remember, what I've talked about, are the fucking files. So, not only did I find out that I was abducted, and not only did I find out that I was trafficked, no, about a week and a half ago, I found out that I'm in those motherfucking files because of my memories. Everything that I've said over the past 2 years about my memories, things I've remembered, are in those motherfucking files. That's what I've been told. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I have diverticulitis and comes with burping a lot. Hate it. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. But yeah, that's how I found out I was kidnapped. That's how I escaped, is middle of the night. See, I do the Lord's lettuce. You can't do that inside of her house, so just quietly sneak out things, while she's sleeping. That's what I did. I left. I'm hanging in there. But yeah, I'm gonna go over there, talk to what I need to talk to, like I said, and do DNA test, and hold up. Do you think you I think so, actually. It's weird. Actually, I do a lot more since it's been turned off. It was the end of January of 2023 that I escaped. I didn't realize, I knew I was getting out of there. I needed to get out of there. I knew she'd been poisoning me and shit. I figured that out after the whole, after she made, I came back from, West Palm Beach for New Year's Eve. I went there for New Year's Eve, and, oh, here we go again. Sweetie, same old song and dance and lies. I don't remember. I was young, I know that. It's very vague memory. It's, the person was wearing, I always thought it was a man. The person was wearing a gray suit, or a gray coat. It was tweed. It was a soft gray color, a lighter gray color. They were wearing a hat that dipped to the center, had a feather on the right side of it, and there was a white building on the side of me. And they gave me an orange safety sticker because I ran up to him, and I was running from the back towards the front of the building. And I ran up to him. They they gave me the sucker, and I put it in my mouth, and when they picked me up, I know they had short, dark hair. And that's the last thing I remember until I woke up in the backseat of the car. No, not for sure. I have reasons to believe I'm Catrice Lee, but until I have the DNA test, then I'm not going to know. One of my pictures, the youngest picture I know is me. On the back of it, it had the number 6776, which I looked it up. When it comes to the occult, that would be what they do is they write numbers on the back of the pictures, and that's to tie in some entity or something like that to you, to that person. The woman I thought they were my family, because, but I didn't end up being part of that family right away. I wasn't part of that family right away. It was a while before I was part of that family. And I think the only reason they put me in that family is because I survived. It's not every day a child survives being sacrificed. But yes, I mean, I've put all this, I even commented on videos of that. I've had one of the Rothschild family members like one of my comments where I said I'm one of the survivors. I was kidnapped and trafficked, and then they tried to sacrifice me and failed. And they're now terrified of me, and apparently I'm in the book. And one of the Rothschild family members liked it. Same with one of the Illuminati pages. I said I'm going to take them down and everything. I mentioned grandmother Hayden and how what they're saying their leader is now, Mother Bertha. That's not their leader. Their leader is not going to be seen in public like that. Trust and believe. She's going to be behind the scenes. No, I don't think I was taken by the Rothschilds. I mean, one of the Rothschilds liked the comment, so he about me and being in their book and everything. So yeah, I have the youngest picture of me I have that I know is me for a fact. There is a number on the back of the 6776, which I'm guessing is like when they tied evil, whatever they tied to me to keep me under control or whatnot. But there's another number on the back of that picture. I did get that other one off, but I did film what I was doing and that. And I have pictures in the back of the picture before I took it off. The number is like 1-8810. And when it comes to the Masons, I looked it up. It would be like a temporary, child temporary ID thing for a Masonic event. Matter of fact, hello. I will read to you exactly what it says because I took screenshots. I think it's on this phone. I think I might be getting sick after all. Shit. Oh, and the coat the person was wearing looked like this, only it looked shorter because they were so tall. Okay, it's scared as shit. I've already had threats to be unalived from members of fucking another country shit. If they were gonna take me out, they would fucking have done it by now. They can't. They've tried. So this is what it says about those numbers. It says, well, these groups are not, it says conspiracy text, Illuminati Masons. While these groups are not historically associated with using simple 1-8810 codes, conspiracy theorists often suggest that they use numerical markers to catalog agents or targets. Theorists often argue that secret societies maintain extensive coded archives of individuals. Some people believe that seemingly mundane numbers can be decoded using numerology such as 23. No. Shit. Feeling froggy leap, motherfuckers. There's reasons why I'm not scared. They're scared of me. When it comes to me, when they find out when they realize who I really am, my real legal name, that's when they get scared. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I did. I don't know why they're scared. But whatever I did, they're terrified. So they, instead of how they would take people out, right? That they don't want. Obviously, look at all the ones that they've taken out, right? Okay. Ask yourself this: why is it when I went to try and get help before I knew how deep it was and how bad it was? Well, in a few months I'll be going over to the UK, and as soon as I get to the airport over there, I'm going to request to talk to who I need to talk to. I already have my ticket. I have it where I can reschedule it at any time, but the thing is, I need not just money for my ticket to go over there, but I need the money for room to stay, that kind of thing. So I'm waiting so where I know I have the money and I'll be okay and not end up on the streets or something like that. So I'm playing it safe because I don't know if I get over there and we talk and I talk to the proper authorities. Are they going to put me up somewhere? Do I need to find my own place? That kind of thing to stay and all that. So, no, the little girl named Catrice Lee. That's her father was in the British Royal Army. So the ones in charge of her case is Operation Butte, the military police. She was taken from West Germany. At that time, the ones I knew as I grew up knowing as my Aunt Carol and Uncle Bob, around that time, they lived over there. And Carol's sister, Sue, looked just like the suspect, the sketch of the suspect, who they think is a man. Now, let me ask you something. They don't believe it would be a woman, because of course it's a man, tall, right? If a woman has short hair, built like a linebacker, and is 5'8" to 5'10", wearing men's clothing, don't you think that people would think it was a man? Let me show you something, and then you tell me if this person who was 5'8" to 5'10", dressed like a man, tell me if you would think it was a woman, okay? All right, you ready? Let me find the picture. Let me find the picture. Let's see you next Tuesday. Did I take a picture or I'm going to just grab the pictures here in a minute. Probably. Okay. Now, mind you, remember, if you saw this person, clearly broad shoulders, right? Built like a linebacker, right? 5'8" to 5'10". If you saw this person dressed as a man, would you believe it was a woman or would you think it was a man? The fact that she was 5'8" to 5'10" and built like a linebacker. Would you think this person was a woman? Thank you. You would think that was a woman if she was dressed as a man. 5'8" to 5'10". Right. And I'm the Queen of England. Tammy. Alright. Other than Tammy on here, which I'm going to say she's probably on a fake account. right, Tammy? Let's see. See if I'm right. No, but you're 416 followers following, I mean, jeez. What would make you think a 5'8" to 5'10" woman with short hair and dressed in men's clothing? What would make you think she was a woman? I'm intrigued. Anybody else think this would anybody else mistake this person for a man? I would. Oh, this is Sue, who I grew up knowing as my biological mom. Who didn't start growing her hair out till after they had me. That's the suspect. And all I want to know is who I really am. And prove it. Whether I'm Catrice Lee or not. I just want to know. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand that they have to fucking destroy. Yeah. The hair, the lips, the nose. Let me get the actual picture and we can. I'll show you. Then you do side by side. Oh shit. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Get comfy here. Oh, excuse me. Jesus Christ. I think I'm gonna have to turn. I'm gonna have to turn the stimulator back on. Maybe it's better to keep it safe. Be safe than sorry, or whatever the fuck, you know. It's fully charged. All right. Look at the lips, the nose, the hair, even the eyes, if you think about it. Yeah. Right? But yet I'm crazy, right? I'm the crazy one. And now I'm starting to wonder something. And especially, I don't know. My spidey sensors are tingling, to say the least. What if? Just bear with me. I got a hunch. Starting to wonder. Come to the conclusion that Sue did fake her death, right? And she might actually have been Cricket. But now she'd be older, right? So here's what I'm wondering. Oh, let me show you the picture of the age version of Catrice. That's the age progression. And this is me with my hair down. Clean my camera lens for what? Let's see. Well, let's see if I can do it. Is that better? It's okay. Is it better? Is it? I can see clearly now. It's no more smudge. But, alright. But yeah, I have birthmark in the same area as Catrice. There's a lot of reasons for me to believe I might be her. You know? But here's what people don't understand, and I'm sure oh, I know what I was going to do. It was here. It was alright. It was alright. I think I am getting sick. Shit, I don't want to get sick. Either that, or even though I believe I'm resting, I'm not. Maybe I just need to lay down and just not do a fucking thing. Just watch TV, lay on the couch, and vegetate. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't fucking know. Whoever's been doing this is quite childish after all this time. You know what I mean? They've been pretty childish, but most likely adults, right? We got that, right? Someone with money that nobody would know had money, right? Right? That no one would suspect. Why would no one suspect this? Well, I don't have... I gotta wait till I get paid. Anyways, and I gotta wait till it's not a fucking blizzard. So... and not when I'm already sick, I guess. What I am going to get is NyQuil and Dayquil, I'll tell you what. But yeah, I'm definitely... And how much is Zycam anyway? So, one person nobody would ever suspect admitting. Why? And I obviously I don't know. But what if coming out here telling you don't believe anything she says, all that? What if